This Harvest House is beautiful. The property is amazing.
It feels like a campus of a college.
A university. We are here, we are getting smarter.
We were at Brew U.
Yeah, watch out.
Ah!
What?
I rarely say, I told you so, but this is an opportunity where I can say I told you so because we knew it was hot here. Like, we're not completely bad at looking ahead and what are we getting into.
There's powdered sugar on this lens.
There's powdered sugar on everything right now.
I got it.
Good. Normally, it's one of our tips to split your food, but Aaron didn't want to split on this one. He put his foot down. He said, no way, I'm not sharing 3 beignets with you.
And I didn't get an argument.
That's true.
Good morning from Faubourg Brewery in downtown New Orleans. Last night was, it's so hot out. I have to say, some mistakes were made yesterday.
The famous words, some mistakes were made.
Yeah, and it all started out about our battery monitor, like we talked about yesterday, not being accurately set. So instead, it said 100%, but our batteries weren't at 100%. The voltage was lower at like 13.2%, which is around 75 or 80%. And maybe we charged it up a little bit, but we did not have our big 810 amp hour lithium bank full.
Which really would have been helpful for the heat situation.
Yes, the heat. It's 95 degrees here as a high, and the low was 81 degrees last night. 81 degrees, which means inside this RV, it's like 90 to 100 plus degrees. Super toasty.
Yeah, so luckily we were able to we were inside of the brewery until they closed at 8, which was great because that was perfect timing for it to actually like be cool enough out here.
And that's the next mistake. We had a few beers at the brewery and we might have used a little bit too much air conditioning last night. It was really hot. When you have a few drinks and you go and you sleep, like your body, it seems like it produces more heat. Louis was in the bed with us last night. It was really, really hot. So
the air conditioner conductor was making some bad judgment calls.
So I woke up.
I must say though, it felt really good in here. Like, it was ice cold.
I think it saved us so that we actually had a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
And I actually woke up at 6 a.m. to the battery alarm beeping. It's really a quiet alarm, but you can hear it very faintly. And
I heard that too, but I didn't know what it was because we've never heard it before.
It was the low voltage alarm on the battery system. So our voltage actually went down to about 11.6. And for lithium batteries, I know 12 volts is 10% and 10 volts is like a dead battery. So between those two voltages, it goes from 10% down to, 0%. And I would say we were probably at around 5%.
Which we've never been that low.
No. And the good thing about lithium batteries is they hold that strong voltage and that power almost all the way down to 0. If we had lead acid batteries, they would just be dead and toasted, and we you can't come back from that. But the lithium batteries, they charge fast, they hold their voltage high, and it's what allows us to do things like run our air conditioner all night long in the 80-degree Louisiana heat.
Yes.
All right, we don't use our trailer lock all that often, but I thought this would be a good time to use it. We obviously use it like when we're boondocking and leave our rig for a while, but I was thinking about doing a video on these just to see if people actually use these type of locks. They're really expensive for these good ones. They're, I think, $250 to $300 for these locks. Definitely gives you a peace of mind, and since we're leaving this unattended for who knows how long, I think it's good to have it on there. I'm glad we have it, but we just don't use it as often as I thought. So we have our 90-watt solar panel plugged into the ZAMP port that comes on most new RVs. And then we're using this little toy lock, which is interesting. I think Lippert makes this, but it's basically just a cable, which isn't the most secure, but then it's cable locked just to get us some extra power for the day. And the sun's gonna start coming this way, so I just wanted to put the solar panel nice and close to the RV. without it being shaded. It's hard to tell shade right now since it's so cloudy. But we're all locked up and ready to go, babe?
Yes. Yes. Good boy. Good boy, Louie. Yes. Good boy.
Okay, you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
Okay, we are only 6.8 miles away.
Yeah, we're very, very close. 13-minute drive to City Park. And if you haven't been to City Park when you visit New Orleans, it's definitely worth a visit.
I'm laughing at you because we haven't even left yet and you're soaking with sweat. You've been out there working.
Yep.
I'm just sitting in this cushy AC here.
So it all looks different, but it all looks the same, doesn't it?
Oh yes, I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah, we didn't drive here last time. We walked from basically the French Quarter.
We walked so much last time. We actually, there was one point in the walk, like after the day, we like came out of this street and we were like, ah, and then we saw this like mirage and we're like, oh my God, is that a barbecue restaurant?
That's right around this neighborhood.
And it was, and we stopped and we ate the best barbecue. Like, you know how sometimes, I'm certain it was actually delicious barbecue, but sometimes when you're just like dying of hunger, it's the best food in the world, no matter what you're eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Feels good in there. Is air conditioning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Louis is just like checking everybody out, smelling all the smells. I'm really happy to be here. It feels good. Like, this is the best way to start the day. We got 2 cafe olays. That's their coffee mixed with milk. And you have the option to get it hot, over ice, or frozen. We got it over ice. And
On a day like this, it just turns hot.
yeah, so over iced is not sweetened. The frozen version is sweetened. So if you want it over ice and you want it sweet, then you just get sugar or sweetener and add your own in.
Okay, get to the good stuff.
Aaron, okay, the good stuff. We each got our own order of beignets, which normally it's one of our tips to split your food. But Aaron didn't want to split on this one. He put his foot down. He said, no way, I'm not sharing 3 beignets with you.
And I didn't get an argument.
That's true. Okay, there's one.
It kind of smells like McDonald's to me. Is that weird?
That's probably the fryer.
Do you smell that?
It's just deep fried grease.
Smells like McDonald's.
It's cute. I'm excited. Okay. I'm being very slow and like savoring this moment, guys.
Running out of memory card here.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh yeah. I've waited 3 long years for this. It's just the best. Just an absurd amount of sugar. If you want sugar in your iced latte, just tap this over the top
Dust
of
it in there. Okay, time to put the camera down and let me...
Are you drooling, Aaron?
Oh yeah, that smells so good.
Aaron, Louie.
So I ate all 3 of mine. What's left is about 16 ounces of powdered sugar. It's so heavy. No dogs allowed in here. Louie.
We just popped over to the New Orleans Museum of Art, and unfortunately, you can't bring your dog in there. So we made it as far as the gate. The woman that was working the ticket booth or info counter.
It's free to go in there.
It is free to go in there, yes. So she was there strictly for information. She was super friendly, and she said that we should leave the pup at home sometime and come back because of the entire brand new section. She kind of lit up talking about it. If you're ever in the area, definitely go in there. It's a really awesome thing to see. The art is super cool. I can still remember some of the art sculptures that we saw years back. It's just a good way to see the city like in a creative, artful way. Get out there in nature, get some fresh air, get some steps in. Some free stuff is always fun, so there's a lot of benefits to going in there.
Well, we're not completely out of luck because there is plenty of walking paths and like beautiful old scenery, and like the rest of this city park is just amazing to see.
Yeah, watch out.
Ah!
What? We did not see an alligator last time. Louie, you were almost alligator bait. Right?
Yeah, you can't have my baby.
These old bridges, look at these.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Oh, I don't even know how old they gotta be hundreds of years old. This park is so worth the visit just to walk through and just feel the history, the nature. And then you get into this part of the park and look at these amazing trees. I think those are living oaks, they call them. And then there's this old railroad track, this little tiny one, which I don't know what they used to do with this or if they still use it.
It doesn't look like it.
They might use like a little tiny kiddie train or something.
Yeah.
These trees provide so much protection from the sun. It's like 10 degrees cooler in here.
Yeah, it feels nice, doesn't it? It's breezy and shady.
Yeah, the trunk on that tree over there, we might have to check that out.
Yeah, I definitely want to walk straight there.
These trees are amazing.
Louis wants to hunt all this wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the Mcdonald Oak. It's this giant tree right behind where Erin is standing, and it's 800 years old, over 800 years old. And it got its name, it was named in memory of John Mcdonald. John donated 100 acres of his property to become this park, and that was back in 1854, like almost 200 years ago. It's crazy to think. And this tree is absolutely mind-blowing. It's so big, and there's these support structures that are built into like keeping it up, and you can see that the tree is like grown around these poles, and it's just massive. Louis. We're back at Cafe Du Monde where we started, and we're gonna use the public restrooms here while we're still on site, and then we're gonna take the truck and we're gonna drive around, what's that called, Aaron?
The Garden District.
The Garden District. So we're gonna use the truck for a cool down session. Gonna chug some cold bubbly waters that we have in our cooler in there. And then after that, we're thinking we'll do lunch. So we're setting up some next steps for our day. And we're gonna use this toilet while we still have the opportunity, because those can be hard to find in the city sometimes if you don't know where they are.
So checking in back at the RV. I got this cheap Wi-Fi thermometer sensor from Gobi from Amazon. It was like $30, I think. It's 91.9 degrees back at the RV, and that's hot.
It is closed up, FYI. The windows, we shut most of them for security purposes.
And then checking in on the electrical system, I can see we're getting 700 watts of solar, and we're up over 13 volts.
Oh.
So we're like probably over 50% now.
Great.
We're definitely gonna have to run the AC when we get home or when we're going to bed to like just cool the core down, because it's gonna
But we can cool it down and then like still have time to charge it back up again.
Yeah.
Let's make this love last till Valentine's. Let's spend this night together. Let this fire burn inside our hearts. Let us soak in all the pleasure. Now that the rain is slowly pitter-patting, we are lost inside our lover's nest. We don't need the world, we just need us. What if we'd stay like this forever? These wine-colored days, summer is gone.
This almost feels like Key
Deep
West right
cold
here.
velvet nights.
Yeah, this is a cool
when
street.
we are one, all come together now. Soon the sun will melt this love. We could part and never look back. Life will shortly have us falling flat. By the springtime we'll be strangers.
So we've been cruising around the district here a little bit, just trying to sightsee and get some options for lunch, and we decided we're gonna take hopefully a shaded patio at Joey K's, get some authentic Cajun New Orleans food, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. We always put a lot of time into picking where we eat because we just eat out so rarely that it's a big decision. And Aaron is really good at taking the lead and narrowing it down. And then most of the time he always picks a home run of a place.
All right, just took me 15 minutes to download the app and pay to park like it always does. And that's because we already had an account from 2019 when we parked our van here for 48 hours when we parked downtown and slept there.
And when you go into the app and you can like name your vehicles, we had our vehicle named Home Sweet Van.
All right, let's go eat.
Okay. Did you work up an appetite there?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Me too.
Lulu. You ready to go, Lulu? You ready to go? Louie.
We made it to Joey K's and we got lucky. We got a wonderful shaded patio spot. It's really comfortable out here. And the menu, it seems for me like it brings this classic, like home cooked feel to it. And
Talk about the 20-minute fried chicken.
okay, they have fried chicken. It takes 20 minutes. There's a disclaimer on the menu that you need to at least have 20 minutes to have that be made, which means it's cooked fresh and it's the real deal. The food, it looks really good. I can't wait to dig in. I must say, I'm a little bit jealous of Aaron's. That's a little bit more of like what I'm used to eating, so that looks like really, really good. but you gotta, I need to try what's local here, so I'm excited. This gumbo looks delish. The bread is from a local bakery here, so that always adds points. They're getting lots of points on their answers, like fresh local fish, fresh local bakery bread, and usually if they knock out those things, it's a home run. Let's dig in. So here's a little shrimpies. Here's the tomatoes. I already took a bite. It's really good. Nice and warm. The bread is like super crispy, like fluffy and like layers of crispiness. It's really delicious.
That fish is really good.
I can't wait to eat your food.
Wow. You want a bite?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we picked the perfect spot to eat.
Oh, Louis loves those gumbo. You see his head.
Ooh, well, it's 3 o'clock. It's coming up to the hottest part of the day. It's really toasty. We just had a fun time walking the Garden District after lunch. That was amazing.
Yeah, it felt really good to walk.
I think I could do that for 7 days and just look at all these cool, old, beautiful homes.
Yeah, the architecture is so cool, and
It's just so old. The
So
streets
old.
are literally falling apart.
they're sinking into themselves. Louis had a blast out there. He was sniffing. He had like all this energy.
It's cloudy out, so that really helped. We don't have that hot sun.
Yeah. So I think now we're gonna drive over to French Quarters area and do some zigzagging over there. Cool off again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So this is the big main drag, Canal Street. We walked this last time quite a bit.
Up and down.
Yep. It gives you the feel of the big city, for sure.
Yes.
Lots of hustle and bustle. I remember there was some lady yelling at the top of her lungs. What was she saying?
Oh, she was on the phone.
Oh yeah, she was on the phone.
She was on the cell phone with somebody, and she was just yelling so loud that it was left a memorable mark on us.
Yeah. So this is what I think everybody thinks of when you think of New Orleans, and that's the French Quarter here, and all of these tight streets and old buildings. There's lots of fun hotels and music and restaurants and bars. Look at all those gas lanterns. That's so cool. We walked all over this area last time.
That little car.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if we've mentioned this, but New Orleans is open container. So you can just get cocktails and walk around and cause trouble all day long.
This is Bourbon Street right here. You can, all of a sudden there's like music.
Music is on.
Dancing, partying. These are the fun double balconies. This is like the Bourbon Street you think of with the nice big balconies, double balconies.
Yeah.
Beads flying off.
Mardi Gras Central. Mint julep. Why does that sound familiar?
What do you think? You having flashbacks?
Yes, I am. It's fun. It'd be more fun to walk this, but the next best thing is to do this.
Yeah. It's just so hot today. It would be kind of miserable out there. Here's Frenchman Street. Lots of fun little music spots and local places to drink and eat.
Now this comes alive more at night, right? This street?
Yeah, I think it's kind of touristy now, I heard, but it like used to be like decades ago, like where the locals would be.
Oh.
Farther away from Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
And this is right here on the corner, the Marginy Brasserie and Bar. That's where we ate, listened to live music right there. That's
I
it.
remember that. We loved it in there. There was a lady and her guitar. She was really good. And that's where we bought some artwork there.
It's a loud one.
That's what I like.
Bourbon Street smells like puke.
We gotta have the windows open, the sunroof open. You smell puke?
Wa-di-ba-ba-da-ba, wa-di-ba-ba, wa-di-ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, wa-di-ba-ba-da-ba, wa-di-ba-ba, wa-da-wa-da-wa-da-wa-da-wa.